Walking around the summit of Mount Prospect in Lancaster, it's easy to be mesmerized by the views.
You could see the presidentials, you could see the village of Lancaster, you could see the Green Mountains, you could see the Connecticut River.
Since 1941, this entire mountain and the beautiful Craftsman Estate on top have been open to the public as a state park that often gets overlooked.
So many visitors will say, we go by here all the time, we had no idea what was up here.
Rachel Bruce manages Weeks State Park in Lancaster, which also includes the only stone fire tower in New Hampshire, offering a unique view of the park headquarters, once the summer home of a well-known name in politics.
It is an arts and crafts summer home that belonged to John Wingate Weeks, built in 1912.
John Wingate Weeks built this summer home just a few miles from where he was raised on a farm in Lancaster.
He said that the best thing that had ever happened to him had been growing up on a farm, because it had taught him to work hard.
Rebecca Moore is a local historian and a great-granddaughter to John Weeks.
John Weeks did not come from a wealthy family. They were a good farm family, but they were not wealthy.
That would change after Weeks left for Massachusetts, where he made money in banking and then set his sights on Washington. He served in Congress, the U.S. Senate, and as Secretary of War under 2 presidents. But he's most known for his landmark legislation, meant to protect the views he grew up around from logging.
After the invention of turning wood pulp into paper, the logging industry really ramped up here in New Hampshire.
In 1911, Congressman Weeks pushed through what became known as the Weeks Act.
The Weeks Act essentially allowed the federal government to purchase private land in order to set up forest reserves,
which became the national forests we know today. Nearly 20 million acres of land across the U.S. have been protected thanks to the Weeks Act. Not long after the famous law passed, John Weeks set his eyes on Mount Prospect for a summer home, specifically the Summit, which was once the home of a hotel. Over 2 years, crews built the famous Auto Road and the Weeks Summit Lodge and Stone Tower. The lavish summer home was completed at the end of 1912.
Mr. Weeks had a lot of amenities up here. He had steam heat, electricity, phone, running water, power lines coming right up the mountain.
The evidence is he had a pitch and putt, 9-hole pitch and putt golf course. There was a tennis court. There were walks.
The second floor of the home is a massive great room with sweeping views. Here, Weeks would host well-known names from Washington, like General Pershing. President Warren Harding stayed here for 3 days in 1921. While the family tagged along, Mrs. Weeks often stayed at a nearby cottage.
That's where she was, and that this was more the equivalent of a men's lodge.
For the guys to hang out.
Yeah.
John Wingate Weeks enjoyed this summer estate for 13 years before his death in 1926. Today, the public can still drive up the Auto Road and take in the views. Volunteers from the Weeks State Park Association also host a speaker series in the summertime. And the old home is now a museum where people can learn about the Weeks legacy.
This property is particularly special to us because you don't see a lot of stucco estates on the top of mountains in New Hampshire.
Matthew Flanders works for the state to help maintain historic sites like this one, with the goal of keeping them as historically accurate as possible. It's one of almost 20 in New Hampshire people can visit.
We have Robert Frost's Farm and Dairy, Franklin Pierce Homestead in Hillsborough, Daniel Webster Birthplace in Franklin, the Tip Top House on top of Mount Washington.
Whether you're here to learn about the historical site or take in the views and do some hiking, Weeks State Park has a menu of options.
The trails are open year-round, so people can enjoy them anytime, hiking, walking. We have snowmobile trails as well. The Auto Road is open seasonally, but people can still hike and walk it year-round.
I hope that people will come and visit and really enjoy learning about a farm boy from Lancaster, New Hampshire, who contributed something important to the country that we can all enjoy.